Double honors here to the elder man. Today's class, we're going into part 2 of what we did a couple weeks ago regarding the story of Joseph. I may do a part 3 just to finish out the last 4 or 5 chapters. I may not. We'll see how tonight go, but I may do it just for completion of the story. But again, we will be going into the patience and the positivity, man, that Job showed towards his family, how he upheld himself as a stand-up bro, how he continued to be good in the eyes of the Lord to where everything he touched went the way it needed to be. But let's get into it. Go ahead and give me the book of Romans, chapter 15 and verse 4, bro.
The book of Romans, chapter 15, verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
Again, remember, this book is very, very, very important for you, not only spiritually, but mentally and physically, man. This is what helps when you come in and you sit down and you read, man, and you're getting closer to the power, because once you start reading, you start gaining an understanding, you're implementing the things that you're learning. This is your history. This is your forefathers. This is things that happened to you. That's why I say to read this, right? Read.
That we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope.
Because the world don't give a damn about you.
That's right.
So when you go in here, you read about your forefathers, when you read about how the Lord dealt with us, when you read about how much he cared about us, you start to find hope in the power. You start to find hope and strength and love and embrace and knowledge and understanding, wisdom. You start to find all of these things under the light of Christ, man. That's where your hope lies, not in the world. Not in systems set up to destroy you, systems set up to deceive you, systems set up to kill you, systems set up for not for your well-being, but for the detriment.
That's right.
They say that you will find hope in these things. And I hope this story gives you a little bit of that hope, man. Let's go back and do a recap. Let's go to Genesis 37, and we'll start at verse 3. Read that when you get there, bro. The book of Genesis, chapter 37, and start at verse 3.
The book of Genesis, chapter 37, verse 3. Now Israel loved Joseph more than all his children, because he was the son of his old age, and he made him a coat of many colors. And when his brethren saw that their father loved him more than all his brethren, they hated him.
They what?
They hated him.
So again, man, Joseph, man, is receiving the side eye, the moans and groans, man, the hatred of his brothers because their father loved him.
That's right.
Jacob loved him. Read.
And could not speak peaceably unto him.
They couldn't even speak peaceably unto him because their hatred for him, their dislike, their disdain, man, they nose turned up, they mouth all twisted up at him because he had the love of their father. Read.
And Joseph dreamed a dream, and he told it his brethren, and they hated him yet the more.
So he had a dream, and he let them in on what that dream was. Well, read on, bro. Let's see exactly what was going on in this dream.
And he said unto them, Hear, I pray you, this dream which I have dreamed.
This vision that the Lord has bestowed upon me. Read.
For behold, we were binding sheaves in the field.
And he said we were binding sheaves in the field. Read.
And lo, my sheaf arose.
His sheaf arose. Read.
And also stood upright.
It stood very tall compared to everyone else's. Read.
And behold, your sheep stood round about.
Say all of y'all were surrounded about my sheep, read.
And made obeisance to my sheep.
And they had a gesture of respect unto his sheep. They bowed down, right? Unto his sheep. Read.
And his brethren said to him, shalt thou indeed reign over us?
Hold up. He said, thou what?
Shalt thou indeed reign over us?
So the brother said, shalt thou indeed reign over us. So in your dream, you saying you're going to be put over us. In your dream, you saying you're going to be, you already loved by Pop. So you saying that you just going to be better than us? Showing more disdain, showing more hatred, having a nose turned up, having a lip turned up.
Bring it out.
At the vision that the Lord gave unto him. Again, keep in mind, this is a recap. This is very important for what we're about to go into next. Read.
Or shalt thou indeed have dominion over us?
So you gonna have reign over us in your dreams, and you gonna have dominion, you gonna have power over us? Read.
And they hated him, yet the more for his dreams and for his words.
And they hated him even more because not only did he have the love of their father, he was their favorite, but even in his dreams, he was getting up over them.
Bring it out.
They ain't like it. But this is what was destined for Joseph. This is what the Lord had in store for Joseph. And we're going to get into that. Now, let's jump over to chapter 42 and start at verse 1. Remember, they said they had disdain for him telling that he was going to be over them. Read that when you get there, bro.
The book of Genesis, chapter 42, verse 1. Now when Jacob saw that there was corn in Egypt, Jacob said unto his sons, why do you look one upon another?
So remember, right, that the famine hit, and now Joseph is put in a position of high authority, second only unto Pharaoh, and he had all dominion over the food, the cattle. He had dominion over all of these things that if anybody needed anything, they had to go to Joseph for it, right? So remember, there's a famine going on. Read.
And he said, behold, I have heard that there is corn in Egypt.
I've heard that there is food in Egypt. Read.
Get ye down thither, and buy for us from thence.
See, Jacob telling his sons, man, y'all go down there and get us something to eat, man. It's a famine going on across the land. Egypt got some food, man. Y'all get down there, y'all get us some food before we starve out. Read.
That we may live and not die.
Read.
And Joseph's 10 brethren went down to buy corn in Egypt. But Benjamin, Joseph's brother, Jacob sent not with his brethren. For he said, let peradventure mischief befall him.
See, he kept Benjamin back because Benjamin was the youngest here. He said, I don't want him to go just in case mischief befall him, just like it did Joseph. Read.
And the sons of Israel came to buy corn among those that came. For the famine was in the land of Canaan.
Mm-hmm. Read.
And Joseph was the governor over the land.
There it is again. It's letting you know Joseph was put in that position of high authority to have that dominion and reign over the land. Over every inner workings, all of the in today's time, you have all of the companies, man, all of the different branches. He is the man to go to if you need anything to move and shake. You got to go through him to do it.
That's right.
Read.
And it was that said to all the people of the land. And Joseph's brethren came and bowed down themselves before him with their faces to the earth.
Read that part again, bro.
And Joseph's brethren came and bowed down themselves before him with their faces toward the earth.
Let's go back to 37 right quick. Let's just go back to chapter 37. And let's start at verse 6 and read that one more time, bro.
The book of Genesis, chapter 37, verse 6. And he said unto them, hear, I pray you, this dream which I have dreamed. For behold, we were binding sheaves in the field, and lo, my sheaf arose and also stood upright.
My stature was already ordained that I would have high authority. Read.
And behold, your sheep stood round about and made obeisance to my sheep.
And y'all had a gesture of respect. You bowed down unto me. Read.
And his brethren said to him, shalt thou indeed reign over us? Or shalt thou indeed have dominion over us?
Stop right there. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. Read that again. Start at verse 7. 6, verse 6.
The book of Genesis, chapter 42, verse 6. And Joseph was the governor over the land.
That sheep that stood tall, read.
And it was that sold to all the people of the land. And Joseph's brethren came and bowed down themselves before him.
They showed that obeisance. Read.
With their faces to the earth.
Man, he was telling them already what was in store, not knowing that this is what was laid out for him. The Lord was already giving them a glimpse of what was going to happen because of the man that Joseph was. Stand up, Brew. Good child. His brothers hated him because he was the one that was always trying to do right. When the boys get together, they want to get into mischief, man. Joseph's not trying to be around it.
That's right.
Joseph don't want to deal with it. Joseph don't want to have no ill will on his name for being disobedient. He don't want to get caught up in none of the craziness of his brothers. He just want to do right, do his job, please the Lord, and move. Have a good time, man. Enjoy himself within the statute that the Lord gave us. He don't need nothing more, nothing less. A man after his own father's heart. Plain man. Read.
And Joseph saw his brethren, and he knew them, but made himself strange unto them.
He said he made himself strange unto his brothers. Remember what his brothers had in mind to do unto him, right? They already put him in a pit. They was thinking about selling him off. You know what I'm saying? So now they've shown themselves unto him again years later, bound themselves down, face to the earth in front of him, not knowing who he is. Right? So let's see why that is. Let's keep reading, bro.
And spake roughly unto them.
Mm-hmm.
And he said unto them, whence come ye? And they said, from the land of Canaan to buy food. And Joseph knew his brethren, but they knew not him.
Mm-hmm. Read.
And Joseph remembered the dreams which he dreamed of them,
mm-hmm.
and said unto them, ye are spies.
See, now he's playing with him a little bit. Now he's messing with him to see exactly where his brother's heads at. Remember, he ain't seen him in all of these years, right? He's put in a position of where he can help his family tremendously. But he also know what type of brothers he had, what type of spirit they had, what type of mindset they had.
That's right.
So before he can do anything, he need to make sure if his brothers learned their lesson or if they still those same knuckleheads, right? Read.
Ye are spies. To see the nakedness of the land ye are come. And they said unto him, nay, my lord, but to buy food are thy servants come. We are all one man's sons.
We are all one man's son. We are all the sons of Jacob. Read.
We are true men.
We are true men. Read.
Thy servants are no spies.
He said, man, we not no spies, man. We just here to get the food, buy this food, man, bring it back to our family so we can eat and not starve. Read.
And he said unto them, nay, but to see the nakedness of the land ye are come. And they said, thy servants are 12 brethren, the son of one man in the land of Canaan.
They say we are 12 brethren, the sons of one man, Jacob. We are 12 brethren. Read.
And behold, the youngest is this day with our father, and one is not.
He said, of our 12 brothers, one stayed back with our father. The other 10, we are here, and one of our brothers is no longer with us. Right? They're laying their story out. Read.
And Joseph said unto them, That is it that I spake unto you, saying, Ye are spies.
See, now he playing with him a little, man, because again, he got to see what type of time his brother's on. Read.
Hereby ye shall be proved. By the life of Pharaoh, ye shall not go forth hence.
He say, here ye shall be proved. Keep that in mind. Read.
Except your youngest brother come hither.
He say, y'all won't have the name of spies removed from you until your younger brother is brought back, right? Give me Ecclesiastes, 8:1. Get that with you. Go ahead, read, bro.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8, verse 1.
And remember, man, the type of man Joseph was. Read.
Who is as the wise man, and who knoweth the interpretation of a thing?
See, remember, the Lord gave Joseph those visions in his dreams and gave him the wisdom and the knowledge, man, to be able to interpret these things. Again, remember what happened to the butler and the baker, right? He was able to discern those dreams and let them know one had a good ending, the other one had a bad ending, right? Read.
A man's wisdom maketh his face to shine.
Because of that wisdom that the Lord bestowed upon Joseph, he was able to, even throughout all of the bad that was thrown his way, he still had a positive outlook. He still did what was right. And through that wisdom, in those times of him being down, man, that wisdom from the Lord put him in a position to where he can shine better than the last, better than the last, better than the last, to the point now he's second to Pharaoh, right? Read.
And the boldness of his face shall be changed.
Read.
I counsel thee to keep the king's commandment.
See, man, all Joseph was doing, man, was doing what the Lord wanted him to do. Again, he was a man that was looked right in the eyes of the Lord, man. The Lord dealt with him accordingly because of how he was. He was obedient. He had faith. He listened. He did exactly what was needed to be done. Read.
And that in regard of the oath of God, be not hasty to go out of his sight. Stand not in an evil thing.
Because again, I pose that question. Out of all the things that happened to Joseph, look at yourself and wonder, am I spiritually there yet? Am I there to where I'm falsely accused and thrown in jail, bro? I don't bear a grudge. Well, when I get out, I don't want to put my hands around her neck. I don't want to put my hands around his neck. I don't want to do something bad to him. Am I spiritually there and strong enough to not hold on to a grudge, man, of my brothers bearing hatred, man? They snatching me up, they beating me up, man, they trying to sell me off. My own blood, my own peoples. Am I there to where I can just let that roll off, man, and not bear that grudge, man? I gotta get some get back. See, this is the type of man Joseph was, man. He wasn't hasty. He wasn't ready to jump off the porch, man, and do evil things. Read.
For he doeth whatsoever pleaseth him. Where the word of a king is, there is power. And who may say unto him, What doest thou? Whoso keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing.
Again, man, Joseph was doing what was right in the eyes of the Lord, man. The Lord was with him throughout the whole ordeal because Joseph was obedient, man. He was doing what needed to be done. He showed himself to be a real man of the Lord. Read. Verse 5. Just read it from the beginning.
Whoso keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing, and a wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment.
A wise man's heart will discern both that time and judgment. That's the type of man that Joseph was. That's the type of quality that he had from being patient and having that positivity. Let's go back. go back. Genesis 42 and verse 16. Let me get there with you. Genesis 42. Go ahead and read that, bro.
Genesis 42.
Yes, sir. Matter of fact, start at verse 15.
The book of Genesis, chapter 42, verse 15. Hereby ye shall be proved. By the life of Pharaoh, ye shall not go forth hence, except your youngest brother come hither.
Read.
Send one of you, and let him fetch your brother, and ye shall be kept in prison, that your words may be proved, whether there be any truth in you, or else by the life of Pharaoh, surely ye are spies. And he put them all together into war 3 days.
So he locked them all up together for 3 days, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Read.
And Joseph said unto them, the third day.
On that third day of them being locked in the ward, read.
This do and live, for I fear God.
He say, for I fear God, so y'all do this and y'all live. Read.
If ye be true men.
If ye really be men of your word, if ye really be upstanding men like you say you are, true men, read.
Let one of your brethren be bound in the house of your prison.
Mm-hmm.
Go ye, carry corn for the famine of your houses. But bring your youngest brother unto me. So shall your words be verified, and ye shall not die. And they did so.
So again, man, to make sure that you are true men, to make sure that you aren't men that go back on your word. Let's leave one brother here. I'm gonna give you all of the corn you need for your family. Take that back, and when you come back, bring your youngest brother. Right? Read. Verse 20.
But bring your youngest brother unto me. So shall your words be verified, and ye shall not die. And they did so. And they said one to another, we are very guilty concerning our brother.
They said, we're very guilty concerning our brother. Read.
In that we saw the anguish of his soul, when he besought us, and we would not hear. Therefore is this distress come upon us.
They're speaking about Joseph. Read.
And Reuben answered them, saying, spake I not unto you, saying, do not sin against the child, and ye would not hear? Therefore, behold, also his blood is required.
See, again, they're reminiscing on when they all came together and said, man, let's kill Joseph. And he's like, nah, man, let's not do that. All right? He's saying, man, that blood is on our hands for us even wanting to do something bad to our brother. Read.
And they knew not that Joseph understood them, for he spake unto them by an interpreter.
Mm-hmm. Remember, he hid himself from them, man. He spoke roughly unto them, right? He's doing these things to see what type of men they really are, because if they knew that he was Joseph from the beginning, they wouldn't really show their true selves. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to make sure that these men have grown from being those childish brothers that hated him just for doing what he needed to do for the Lord, that hated him because his father loved him more than them because of how he was as a child. He listened. He did what was needed to be done. Read.
And he turned himself about from them and wept.
Mm-hmm. He wept, man, because he's seeing his family, man. He getting to see his brothers again after all of these years, man. He's happy. Read.
And returned to them again, and communed with them, and took from them Simeon, and bound him before their eyes.
Again, remember the bargain was that they would leave a brother while they take the corn for their family to go and give that to them for the famine. But when they get there and they come back, because they have to come back for Simeon, they bring their youngest brother with them, right? They bring Benjamin back, right? Give me, jump down, go ahead and read verse 25.
Then Joseph commanded to fill their sacks with corn, and to restore every man's money into his sack.
So again, right here, this is the thing, right? He's giving them the corn, but also he's giving them their money back, right? This is all part of Joseph testing them to see exactly where his brother's spirits are, where their heads are at compared to when they put him in a pit, got together, thought about killing him, got together and thought about selling him off. He's needing to see if his brothers have changed, right? So he's giving them the money back. This is all part of the ploy, right? Read.
And to give them provision for the way.
Not only that, but this is his family. So he's in a position to where he can give his family all of the food that he wanted. They ain't even got to pay for it. Because again, Joseph is put in that position. Anything happen, anything get the moving, anything get the shaking, they got to go to Joseph first. Read.
And thus did he unto them. And they led their asses with the corn, and departed thence.
So they got the corn. He gave them their money back. Right now they're off, headed back unto Jacob and their families. Read.
And as one of them opened his sack to give his ass provender in the inn, he espied his money.
So when one went to go feed the donkey, man, feed their cattle, he looked in the bag and saw, wait, what's this money doing in our bag? Man, we just used this to buy this corn. Why is it still with us? What's going on, right? Read.
For behold, it was in his sack's mouth.
Read.
And he said unto his brethren, my money is restored, and lo, it is even in my sack. And their heart failed them.
They're saying their hearts failed them because now they thinking, dang, we just told him we was true men. We just told him, man, we was going to come, we was going to get this corn, go back, give it to our families, get our youngest brother and come back. But now we looking like thieves. We done received the corn and somehow the money is still with us. It's not going to end well for Simeon is what they thinking, man. It's not going to end well for us. Read.
And they were afraid, saying one to another, what is this that God hath done unto us?
They thinking, man, dang, Lord, what has he done unto us? Read.
And they came unto Jacob, their father, unto the land of Canaan, and told him all that befell unto them, saying, the man who is the Lord of the land,
Joseph, read,
spake roughly to us, and took us for spies of the country. And we said unto him, we are true men, we are no spies.
So let's pause right there, right? Let's put you in the position of Joseph. All right. Joseph, you done been through these ups and downs, man. You'd have been in and out of prison, man. You'd have been falsely accused. Now you done been put in a position where you second only to the Pharaoh. That type of power you hold. All right. Do you think you would have did your brothers the same way Joseph did, or would your story would have turned out a little bit different? Because again, the spirit Joseph had, he didn't hold no grudge against his brothers. He's still showing positivity unto them, but he has to prove them to make sure that they've changed, man, that they had time to reflect on what they did. Because you saying you're a true man, you saying you 100, but your actions saying that you're not, right? We've all dealt with people like that. We've all dealt with people in our homes. We all dealt with people like that in our jobs. We even have relatives, man, that you love them. You know what I'm saying? That's your relative, but you wouldn't leave them in your house by themselves.
That's right.
You wouldn't go certain places with them because you already know what type of person they are, right? And we're gonna get into why I'm saying that, but we've all have those relatives, man, that you know, man, when you see him, man, it's all love. But you know for sure, bro, I cannot leave him alone in my house. I cannot leave her alone or around my children. I cannot leave her alone around my husband and vice versa. You can't leave your cousin around your wife because you already know what type of, you know what I'm saying? We've all had these type of family members, right? So Joseph is trying to check to see where they spirit at, where they head at, checking their temperature, right? But for you, do you have that patience and that positivity on you to where you want to just send them to jail and have them locked up? You got the power to do it. You got the power to bury them underneath the jail, throw away the key, nobody ever know. This story, man, is showing you the strength of Christ, man, when you have that spirit on you. How nothing can phase you, how you can push through it and come out 10 times greater on the other end. But let's keep going. Read on, bro.
We be 12 brethren, sons of our father. One is not, and the youngest is this day with our father in the land of Canaan. Mm-hmm. And the man said, the Lord of the country said unto us, hereby shall I know that ye are true men.
Say, this how I know that y'all 100. This how I know that y'all not spies. This how I know that y'all are real, right? Read.
Leave one of your brethren here with me,
Simeon,
and take food for the famine of your households, and be gone. And bring your youngest brother unto me. Then shall I know that ye are no spies,
Read.
But that ye are true men.
This is how I know. Because again, with your brother being here, you have to come back. But in order for you to come back, you got to have your youngest brother with you. Read.
So will I deliver you your brother, and ye shall traffic in the land. And it came to pass, as they emptied their sacks, that behold, every man's bundle of money was in his sack.
So not only that money that they brought to pay for the corn, man, for the famine, it was still with them. Somehow it made it back into their bags. Read.
And when both they and their father saw the bundles of money, they were afraid.
Now they thinking, man, what's gonna happen, man? We already got Simeon there, and then in order for us to go back to get him, we gotta bring Benjamin with us. So how is this encounter going to be once he see that we still had the money from when we went to buy the corn? Read.
And Jacob their father said unto them, me have ye bereaved of my children.
He said, again, man, you done caused me problems over my children. You first Joseph, now you done left Simeon, and now in order for you to go get Simeon, you got to bring Benjamin with you. He said, man, what you doing to me? What type of mischief you got going on? Always into something. See, he's showing him, man, this is why he had so much love for Joseph, because Joseph just did the right thing. He just did what needed to be done. Read.
Joseph is not, and Simeon is not.
He said, Joseph's no longer with us. Simeon not with us right now. Read.
And ye will take Benjamin away.
And now you're going to take my youngest away with you. Like, what's going on? Read.
All these things are against me.
He said, man, all of this, bro. You trying to cause me a heart attack? Read.
And Reuben spake unto his father, saying, slay my 2 sons, if I bring him not to thee. Deliver him into my hand, and I will bring him to thee again.
He's telling you, man, if I don't bring back Simeon and Benjamin, man, slay my 2 sons, man. Read.
And he said, my son shall not go down with you, for his brother is dead, and he is left alone. If mischief befall him by the way in the which ye go, then shall ye bring down my gray hairs with sorrow to the grave.
He said, then, man, you gonna kill me with heartbreak. Because now if you take Benjamin and something happened to Benjamin, that's Joseph gone, that's Simeon gone, and now that's Benjamin gone. So, man, y'all gonna put me in an early grave. Give me Sirach 6 and 7. This is why I was saying he's testing to see, they're saying if they're true men, right? They're saying they're true men. Well, when they was growing up, how they was doing Joseph, that wasn't true men. That wasn't the character of true men. That wasn't the character of somebody that's going to show love. That wasn't the character of somebody that's not going to bear no grudge and have hatred.
That's
right. Read.
The book of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 6, verse 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first.
See, this is what he's doing with his brothers. He has to see if they still had that same mischievous spirit on them back when they tried to sell him, back when they put him in the pit, back when they lied to their pops saying that he was torn up by a beast, but he would end up being sold off. He say, if thou would get his friend, man, prove him first. So I say, it's the same thing with your relatives. It's certain relatives, you know, after you done been in the trenches with them, you done been around them, you know, Yeah, that's my people, that's my kinfolk. I love him, but I can't be around him. He causes too much problems. I can't be around a man. He lie too much. I can't be around a man. He a thief. I can't be around a man. This, that, and the third he got going on. I love him. That's my blood, man. That's my kinfolk. But as a person, bro, you bad. Your spirit, bro, is foul. I can't put myself around that. I love you. You my family. You my kinfolk. You my relative. I love you. But I can't put myself in these positions because of you. You know what I'm saying? This is why I say, man, when you get a friend, man, prove him first. Read.
And be not hasty to credit him. For some man is a friend for his own occasion.
Again, man, just look at your relatives, man. We've all have those cousins, man, those brothers, those sisters, man, that the only time that they happy, man, is when you giving them something. Or the only time that they happy is when you able to do something for them. The only time that they happy is when you breaking your back for them. But when trouble times hit on your end, where they to be found?
Bring it out.
What they got to offer? What type of plan are they trying to provide for you to alleviate some of the issues you got going on? Right? Read.
And will not abide in the day of thy trouble. And there is a friend who being turned to enmity,
read.
And strife will discover thy reproach.
Read.
Again, some friend is a companion at the table.
He say, man, some friends are companions at the table. Read.
And will not continue in the day of thy affliction.
See, man, again, you got those relatives, man, that y'all decide to go out. He the one that's always going off at his mouth, going off, getting into trouble. Now he done set things off. Y'all the ones picking up the pieces. He done dipped. He nowhere to be found. See, these are all scenarios, man, that we've either experienced ourselves or our own relatives have story about our kinfolks, they cousins, they brothers, and so on and so forth, man. This is why I say, bro, this is for us to learn, man. This reading, bro, is so important for us because all of these different scenarios, man, that's in here right now, we are still living today. There's nothing new under the sun. This is why I say it's to give you hope because these situations you think is happening now, it happened then. The only difference is it's more modern technology going on. It's modern day slang. It's modern day operations. Same concept, same situation. Just a different dispensation of time. Read.
But in thy prosperity, he will be as thyself.
He said, but when things going good, man, everything right. Read.
And will be bold over thy servants. If thou be brought low, he will be against thee, and will hide himself from thy face. Separate thyself from thine enemies. Mm-hmm. And take heed of thy friends.
Take heed of thy friends, man, because you calling somebody your friend, you're calling somebody your brother, you're calling somebody your kinfolk, you're calling somebody your family, but their actions not lining up to how family members should act. Their actions not lining up to how your relative's supposed to be. Your actions not lining up to how your partner's supposed to be, how your friend's supposed to be. That's why I say prove them. These situations will come about and they will let you know what type of person you're dealing with. Right? We've all heard these modern day terminologies, man. You got your red flags and your green flags, you know what I'm saying? These people, when you're around them, they will start to prove themselves by showing off bits and pieces of things that want to bring caution into yourself. Well, okay, well, last time we went out, you know what I'm saying, everybody was chilling, man. Why Rodney over here causing problems, man? We good. Sneak over here, you know what I'm saying, eyeballing and rubbing on this man, man. His woman is sitting right there. You know what I'm saying? They will show themselves, start to reveal themselves, what type of person they really are, and if you really need to hang around them. If you really want to put yourself in these predicaments. All right? Which lead to them being those quote-unquote red flags, things that you need to just go ahead and move yourself around from.
That's right.
Read on, bro.
A faithful friend is a strong defense, and he that hath found such and one hath found a treasure.
He said a faithful friend is a strong defense. Because again, man, that two are better than one, man. That friend gonna show that same love that you show to them. They're gonna reciprocate. They're gonna do everything in their power, man, to make sure you good, to make sure your family good. Whatever they can do to ease that burden on you, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna be there, ready, willing, hands out, ready to give, ready to help. And that's how you are. You do the same. And guess what? Now you moving like Christ. Because you loving your neighbor as you love yourself. You letting that light be shown, man. You being that pillar in the darkness, man, being that lighthouse. See, this is what Joseph is doing to his brothers, man. He had to check their spirit because of how they were when they was growing up, what they did unto him. He had to see, man. You know what I'm saying? It's good seeing my brothers, man. I love my family, but at the end of the day, I got to see if y'all really real. Man, I got to see if y'all changed. Let's go back. Let's go to Genesis chapter 43 and verse 3.
The book of Genesis, chapter 43, verse 3.
Matter of fact, start at verse 1.
Verse 1. And the famine was sore in the land. And it came to pass, when they had eaten up the corn which they had brought out of Egypt, their father said unto them, Go again, buy us a little food. And Judah spake unto him, saying, The man did solemnly protest unto us, saying, Ye shall not see my face, except your brother be with you.
See, Judah letting their pops know, like, again, Pop, you said we're not supposed to bring Benjamin with us last time, but if you want us to go back and get some food, he said, man, we can't even be seen unless Benjamin with us. We can't go and get Simeon unless Benjamin is with us. We can't go back. Read.
If thou wilt send our brother with us, we will go down and buy thee food.
Jump over to verse 11.
And their father Israel said unto them, If it must be so now, do this. Take the best fruits in the land in your vessels.
See, now Jacob finally came to realization, man, for everything to move, he need to go ahead and let Benjamin go. But also, since y'all came back, y'all had the money that was used, that was supposed to be used to buy the corn. All right, we're going to go back. We're going to give some peace offerings, man, some apologies, because somehow the bread you were supposed to be using to buy the corn, buy the food, man, and it came back with us. So now we got to prostrate ourselves, man. Got to show that, man, we come in peace, right? Read.
And carry down the man a present, a little balm, and a little honey, spices and myrrh, nuts and almonds, and take double money in your hand.
So he's saying take double money, man, to show, man, it was a misunderstanding. I don't know how the money came back with us, but we bringing double this time, and we bringing all kind of peace offerings. Read.
And the money that was brought again in the mouth of your sacks.
So not only are you getting paid double, you're getting triple, because you're getting what you was originally already supposed to have. On top of that, we giving you interest. Read.
Carry it again in your hand. Peradventure it was an oversight. Take also your brother, and arise, go again unto the man. And God Almighty give you mercy before the man, that he may send away your other brother and Benjamin.
He say, Lord willing, man, when you get there and you give him all of these things, man, y'all able to leave with Simeon and Benjamin, and y'all can come back with no issues, right? Read.
If I be bereaved of my children, I am bereaved. And the men took that present, and they took double money in their hand, and Benjamin, and rose up and went down to Egypt and stood before Joseph. And when Joseph saw Benjamin with them, he said to the ruler of his house, bring these men home and slay and make ready, for these men shall dine with me at noon.
He said, man, bring them to the house, man. Let's go ahead and get some food ready. Let's go ahead and make a feast ready for them. Read.
And the man did as Joseph bade. And the man brought the men into Joseph's house. And the men were afraid, because they were brought into Joseph's house.
See, they was on edge, man, because he done brought them to the crib. They don't know how this encounter gonna be, because they, again, came back with the bread that was supposed to have been left for the food that they bought. They don't know how this encounter is gonna act out, so they on edge. Read.
And they said, because of the money that was returned in our sacks at the first time are we brought in, that he may seek occasion against us and fall upon us and take us for bondmen and our asses.
He said, man, take us for bondmen, and then he gonna take our cattle, man. He gonna take our transportation for his own as well, because we slighted him by coming back with that money. Read.
And they came near to the steward of Joseph's house, and they communed with him at the door of the house, and said, oh, sir, we came indeed down at the first time to buy food. And it came to pass, when we came to the inn, that we opened our sacks, and behold, every man's money was in the mouth of his sack.
He said, man, when we came down, we was trying to get some food, man, and then once you gave us everything we needed and sent us on our way, man, we got to the inn at our rest stop, then we checked, bro, and somehow all of the money that was supposed to be used to buy this food, man, was still with us. Read.
Our money in full weight, and we have brought it again in our hands.
He said, man, because of that, we came back and brought that same money that somehow made it back with us. We brought it with you and double. Read.
And other money have we brought down in our hands to buy food. We could not tell who put our money in our sacks. And he said, peace be to you. Fear not. Your God and the God of your father has given you treasure in your sacks.
He said, man, y'all good, man. The Lord bless y'all with it. Yeah, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Read.
I had your money, and he brought Simeon out unto them. And the man brought the men into Joseph's house, and gave them water, and they washed their feet, and he gave their asses provender.
So you gotta think about them in this situation, man. They there, man. They shaking, bro. They trying to figure out, like, man, what we gonna do? What we gonna tell them? How this gonna, man. Somebody go ahead and tell them what happened. And he let you know, man, you good. No, you straight, man. The money that you had, bro, was already here. You good. Here, take your brother. You straight, bro. The weight that it went off their shoulders, man. The sigh of release on their faces, man. As a brother seeing that, bro, in the back of your mind, bro, you laughing. You know what I'm saying? You like, bro. Because not only were you proving them, but at the same time, man, you know what I'm saying? Just a little quick jab to your brothers, man. A little love tap. But you see that their spirits have changed. You see that their actions are showing now that, okay, they were supposed to come back with Benjamin. They came back with Benjamin. They even explained that, dang, we had this money, bro. We don't know where this money came from. True men. Showing themselves to be true men, showing that they have matured and graduated from being those mischievous brothers. Read on.
And they made ready the present against Joseph came at noon, for they heard that they should eat bread there. And when Joseph came home, they brought him the present which was in their hand into the house, and bowed themselves to him to the earth. And he asked them of their welfare and said, is your father well?
So he checking in on him, man. How y'all doing, man? How your peoples? Your pops, he good? Read.
The old man of whom ye spake, is he yet alive?
So he checking, man. He checking their temperature, man. See, hey, man, what's up with pops? You know what I'm saying? Is dad good? He alive? Read.
And they answered, Thy servant, our father, is in good health. He is yet alive. And they bowed down their heads and made obeisance. And he lifted up his eyes and saw his brother Benjamin, his mother's son, and said, Is this your younger brother, of whom ye spake unto me? And he said, God be gracious unto thee, my son. And Joseph made haste, for his bowels did yearn upon his brother.
Man, he said he had to dip right quick, man, because seeing his brother, man, seeing his family, man, that emotion, man, it swelled up in him, man. He couldn't be seen shedding those tears, man. He had to dip off right quick. Read.
And he sought where to weep, and he entered into his chamber, and he wept there.
Jump over to 1 John 3 and 11. Again, keep in mind, man, the position that Joseph was in, man, he could have easily did his brother something dirty. He could have easily used the position that he was in, man, to have some true get back instead of just checking their temperature, man, seeing where they was at. He could have did them so bad. But again, that patience and that positivity, man, him being a stand-up brute, him being that true man, he couldn't fall into the lap of evil, man. Go ahead and read that, bro. 1 John 3 and 11.
The book of 1 John, chapter 3, verse 11. For this is the message that ye heard from the beginning, that we should love one another.
See, man, you heard how he had to dip off, man, because he's seeing his family, man, hearing that his pops is in good health, looking at his younger brother, man, and his other brothers, everybody as well, man. He's seeing his family before him, man, and it just, the emotion of happiness just swelled up in him, man. He had to dip off before he gave himself away. He said, man, we love one another. Read.
Not as Cain, who was of that wicked one, and slew his brother.
See, because Joseph could have easily had the spirit of Cain on him. He could have did his brother something dirty. But that's not the type of man Joseph is. That's not the type of spirit Joseph carried. Read.
And wherefore slew he him? Because his own works were evil, and his brother's righteous. Marvel not, my brethren, if the world hate you. We know that we have passed from death unto life, because we love the brethren.
Mm-hmm.
He that loveth not his brother abideth in death. Whosoever hateth his brother is a murderer. And ye know that no murderer hath eternal life abiding in him.
Man, you see, bro, this is the type of spirit that Joseph had, man. Moving like Christ. Because he didn't bear hatred towards his brothers. He still loved his brothers. He still showed love to his brothers. Again, the position that he was in, he was able to give them their money back. He was able to give them the free for the food for the free. He didn't have to do that. He could have kept Simeon locked up. He could have kept all of the brothers locked up. Their father never seen him again. Benjamin never seen him again. Their mothers and their children, their families never seen him again. But that's not the type of time he was on. That positivity, man. Being patient. Seeing how these characteristics, bro, how they make your life so much more enjoyable. Make the lives of the people around you, man, so much more enjoyable. Read it again, verse 14, bro.
The book of 1 John, chapter 3, verse 14. We know that we have passed from death unto life.
He said that we know that we are no longer dead unto the world, but now unto the light and life of Christ. Read.
Because we love the brethren.
Because we what?
Love the brethren.
Because we love the brethren. Read.
He that loveth not his brother abideth in death.
He say those that love not their brother, those that love not their neighbor as they love themselves, man, they abide in the world, man. They abide in that death. They don't seek the light. They don't seek life. They don't live. They are the walking dead. Read.
Whosoever hateth his brother is a murderer, and ye know that no murderer hath eternal life abiding in him.
There is no light abiding in you if you are still dead unto the world. Let's go back. Genesis 44 and start at verse 1.
The book of Genesis, chapter 44, verse 1. And he commanded the steward of his house, saying, fill the men's sacks with food, as much as they can carry, and put every man's money in his sack's mouth.
So again, man, this is one final test that Joseph is doing unto his family again, just to make sure, man, that they really are the true men that they say they are, man. Just one final test, just to make sure, man. Read.
And put my cup, the silver cup, in the sack's mouth of the youngest, and his corn money. And he did according to the word that Joseph had spoken.
So Joseph is telling the man, fill him up with the food, man. Give him the food. You know what I'm saying? Put everything ready. Then give everybody their money back. So not only the money that they brought with them the first time, get that back to them. And all of the extra, the double, the interest that they brought with them, get that back to them. Give everybody their money back, right? And then this is what you do. You take this cup that's mine, right? You put this in Benjamin bag, right? So when the cup is found, it'll be found with Benjamin, right? Let's see why that is. Read on, bro.
As soon as the morning was light, the men were sent away, they and their asses. And when they were gone out of the city, and not yet far off, Joseph said unto his steward, up, follow after the men, and when thou dost overtake them, say unto them, wherefore have ye rewarded evil for good?
Say, man, pull up on them, man. Once they get out of the city, man, go pull up on them and check them, man. Say, bro, you gonna treat my kindness for weakness, bro? Like, what's going on, man? Read.
Is not this it in which my Lord drinketh, and whereby indeed he divineth? Ye have done evil in so doing.
He say, man, I didn't. My master, bro, he done opened up his house to you, bro. He done fed you. He done gave you your brother back, man. He done gave you all of this extra food and things, man. And y'all treat his kindness for weakness. You stealing from him? Read.
And he overtook them, and he spake unto them these same words. And they said unto him, wherefore saith my Lord these words? God forbid that thy servants should do according to this thing.
He say, man, hold up, wait a minute. What you talking about? We ain't even did nothing. We gave you the money that we brought, man. We gave you the peace offering, all of the gifts, man, and then we brought you double. So what you talking about, man? We got the corn that we paid for. You know, we got our food. What's going on? Read.
Behold, the money which we found in our sacks' mouths, we brought again unto thee out of the land of Canaan.
He's saying, man, that money, bro, we brought it back. Plus some, plus double. Read.
How then should we steal out of thy Lord's house silver or gold?
He say, then how we gonna take some silver and gold? How we gonna take up out your house when we just brought the money to pay for the food? Read.
With whomsoever of thy servants it be found, both let him die, and we also will be my Lord's bondmen.
So let's do this, right? You go ahead and search our bags, man, and if whatever you talking about is found, bro, let the person that stole it, let them go ahead and get off, man, and we'll go into servitude unto you, right? These are the terms that the brothers laid out, right? Read.
And he said, now also let it be according unto your words.
He said, all right. So you said this is the terms you laid out. So we're going to go according to your word. If I find this silver in any one of y'all bag, that person, they got to go and y'all got to get put into servitude, right? This is y'all word. Read.
He with whom it is found shall be my servant, and ye shall be blameless. Then they speedily took down every man his sack to the ground, and opened every man his sack.
So they was like, bet. All right, they start taking everything down, right? Read.
And he searched, and began at the eldest and left at the youngest. And the cup was found in Benjamin's sack.
Remember, that was what Joseph told him to do, man. He said, put this cup in Benjamin's sack. Put it in the youngest, right? Read.
Then they rent their clothes and laded every man his ass and returned to the city. And Judah and his brethren came to Joseph's house, for he was yet there. And they fell before him on the ground.
Man, again, right? It was like, man, what's going on, bro? We got to prostrate ourselves again, man. We got to beg for his mercy. Read.
And Joseph said unto them, what deed is this that ye have done? Wot ye not that such a man as I can certainly divine? And Judah said, what shall we say unto my Lord? What shall we speak? Or how shall we clear ourselves? God hath found out the iniquity of thy servants. Behold, we are my Lord's servants, both we and he also with whom the cup is found.
Yeah, man, he's laying out the terms that they said earlier before their bags were searched. Read.
And he said, God forbid that I should do so, but the man in whose hand the cup is found, he shall be my servant. And as for you, get you up in peace unto your father.
He said, what we gonna do, man, is instead of all of y'all being bound, I'm gonna just take the person that had the cup, right? The youngest, Benjamin. Read.
Then Judah came near unto him and said, O my Lord, let thy servant, I pray thee, speak a word in my Lord's ears, and let not thine anger burn against thy servant, for thou art even as Pharaoh.
See, now Judah, bro, he's trying to beg and plead on behalf of his brother, right? He's showing himself to be selfless in this moment. Read.
My Lord asked his servants, saying, have ye a father or a brother? And we said unto my Lord, we have a father, an old man, and a child of his old age, little one.
So again, man, Benjamin, man, a child of Jacob's old age. He had Benjamin when he was old, right? Read.
And his brother is dead, and he alone is left of his mother, and his father loveth him. So
again, remember, Joseph and Benjamin, they have the same mother. So the first child, Joseph, is gone. Now Benjamin is being put in a situation where he is going to be gone. Again, these two children are the children of Jacob's older age. So he had love for them, not only because of Joseph being the child that he was, being being obedient, always listening, but also Benjamin, because he had Benjamin at such an older age that he showed love unto them like that. So now Judah is trying to be that selfless act, man. Man, don't take them. Don't take him. Take us, right? Read.
And thou saidest unto thy servants, bring him down unto me, that I may set my eyes upon him. And we said unto my Lord, the lad could not leave his father, for if he should leave his father would die.
He's saying, man, if Benjamin leave, bro, and we come back without him, man, it's gonna send our father into a grave, man. He's gonna die of heartbreak. Read.
And thou saidest unto thy servants, except your youngest brother come down with you, ye shall see my face no more.
So the terms you laid out when you took when you took Simeon as a bondman, you were saying that we could not come back unless we brought our younger brother with us, unless we brought Benjamin with us, right? He's laying these things out. He's telling them this is what all transpired, right? Jump down to verse 27.
And thy servant, my father, said unto us, ye know that my wife bare me 2 sons, and the one went out from me. And I said, Surely he is torn in pieces.
Speaking of Joseph, with his coat of many colors that they bloodied up, read.
And I saw him not since.
And ever since then, I haven't seen him, read.
And if ye take this also from me, and mischief befell him.
So if you take Benjamin also from me, man, and mischief befall him, a problem come about, read.
Ye shall bring down my gray hairs with sorrow to the grave.
You're going to kill me with heartache, read.
Now therefore, when I came to thy servant my father, and the lad be not with us, seeing that his life is bound up in the lad's life.
He say, seeing that his life hinges on the life of Benjamin. Seeing that if we come back and Benjamin not with us, man, our pop's going to give up the ghost. Read.
It shall come to pass, when he seeth that the lad is not with us, that he will die. And thy servant shall bring down the gray hairs of thy servant our father with sorrow to the grave.
He's saying, man, if you keep Benjamin and we go back without him, man, we're going to be without a father. Read.
For thy servant became surety for the lad unto my father, saying, if I bring him not unto thee, then I shall bear the blame to my father forever.
He's saying, man, if our brother don't come back, man, I take responsibility of Benjamin no longer coming back. I bear that blame. That's on my shoulders. Read.
Now therefore I pray thee, let thy servant abide instead of the lad, a bondman to my Lord.
And see, he's saying, man, take me instead of Benjamin. Right? Judah is being the one that's standing up for his brother, man, taking that brunt. You know what I'm saying? Reuben was the one that said that, you know what I'm saying, if we don't come back with him, you know what I'm saying, take my two children. But Judah is the one that's being in the forefront right now. He's being the big brother, right? Read.
Now therefore I pray thee, let thy servant abide instead of the lad, a bondman to my Lord, and let the lad go up with his brethren. For how shall I go up to my father, and the lad be not with me? Lest peradventure I see the evil that shall come on my father.
Give me 1 Peter 3:8. Again, man, Judah, man, being a big brother, man, saying, you know what, bro, take me instead of Benjamin. Let me be that bond, man. Let me stay here and serve unto you, and send Benjamin back with my other brothers, so that at least my pops, man, he won't die that heartache of losing another son to his wife, man. Let me get there with you. 1 Peter. Go ahead and read, bro.
The book of 1 Peter, chapter 3, verse 8. Finally, be ye all of one mind, having compassion one of another. Love as brethren. Be pitiful, be courteous, not rendering evil for evil, or railing for railing, but contrariwise, blessing, knowing that ye are thereunto called, that ye should inherit a blessing.
See, man, this is the spirit again, man. These are the characteristics that Joseph is displaying, man. He could have easily went left with it. He could have easily did his brothers dirty, but he's showing compassion, man. He's showing love, right? Could have easily rendered evil for evil without a doubt, but chose to show his brothers love, man. Read.
For he that will love life and see good days, let him refrain his tongue from evil, and his lips that speak no guile. Let him eschew evil and do good.
Say, let him eschew evil, bro. Let him hate evil, bro. Let him not dwell in that evil, but dwell in good, but do good, but be good. Read.
Let him seek peace and ensue it. For the eyes of the Lord are over the righteous, and his ears are upon unto their prayers. But the face of the Lord is against them that do evil.
Again, man, this is the type of spirit that our forefathers had, bro. This is why it tells you, man, to read. This is why it tells you that this is for our reading. Right. That we might find comfort, that we might find hope, that we might take this same situation, seeing everything Joseph went through, and see that the Lord had him at the back end, ready and waiting. Put him in a position not only where he's well off, but where he can make his whole entire family well off. Not bearing a grudge, not bearing hatred, not having malice, man, not talking down, not seeking revenge, not trying to get no get back, bro, but showing love and compassion. Being his brother's keeper, even though they tried to kill him. Even though they plotted to kill him. Even though they plotted to sell him. Even though they stripped the man, bro, and put him in the pit. Then talked bad about him. Then turned up their nose and turned up their mouth and hated on him. He still showed that compassion. He still had a positive outlook. He still was patient in all of his downfalls. Because at the end of the day, he was a man of the Lord.
That's right.
This is why I say that you will have hope when you read these things, because how many of us on a day-to-day basis get lied on to the point we got to go to jail?
Bring it out.
How many of us on a day-to-day basis get into a situation where we get sold off and we got to be somebody handmade? We get sold off and we got to be in servitude under somebody with no pay. You get told when to wake up, when to go to sleep. You don't have no authority over your life anymore. How many of us on a day-to-day basis then got into it with their brothers and got into it with their sisters, and you still showed positivity? You still was good. You didn't try to get no get back. Because I can tell you, growing up, my brother did something to me, I did something to him. He hit me, I hit him back.
That's right.
He lie on me, I lie on him. If I'm getting a whooping, best believe you getting a whooping too. It ain't just gonna be me.
That's right.
If I'm getting no punishment, best believe, bro, you ain't about to go out and do everything that you want to while I'm sitting here miserable. Nah. But see, that wasn't the type of spirit Joseph had. This is why I say, bro, this gives us hope. Gives us that strength, man, to not listen to that ego, bro, that tell you to do bad. To tell you disregard, man, the word of the Lord. It gives you strength to push that, bury that deep down, man. Get that out of here. And stay 10 toes with the positivity, man. Stay 10 toes having that joy. Stay 10 toes having that compassion. Stay 10 toes having that charity. Stay 10 toes being that light. This is why. This is why these stories, man, are in here for us. This is what our forefathers went through to make us better. Let's go back. Genesis chapter 45, start at verse 1.
The book of Genesis, chapter 45, verse 1. Then Joseph could not refrain himself before all them that stood by him.
See, now he's breaking down, man. He can't hold the facade up anymore, man, because after hearing what's gonna happen to his pops if Benjamin don't come back with him, after seeing how his brother, man, so selfishly put his life on the line, and instead of his younger brother, man, saying, take me instead of him. Keep me. Do what you was gonna do to me, man, and let him make it. You know what I'm saying? After seeing this selfless act of his brothers, man, seeing that his family have matured, seeing that they have grown, man, it brought him to tears, bro. He said he couldn't hold it on. He couldn't hold on to it no more. He started breaking down. Read.
And he cried, cause every man to go out from me. And there stood no man with him, while Joseph made himself known unto his brethren.
See, Joseph sent everybody out, man, while he let them know, while he speaking unto his brothers, man, letting them know who he is. Read.
And he wept aloud. And the Egyptians and the house of Pharaoh heard. And Joseph said unto his brethren.
He was crying out loud, man, and the people around heard him bawling. Read.
I am Joseph.
He said, I am Joseph. Read.
Doth my father yet live?
He say, man, I got to make sure, man, is Pop's really alive, bro? Is he still alive? Is he still good? Read.
And his brethren could not answer him.
They was in shock, man. Like, wait, what did he just say? He who? Read.
For they were troubled at his presence. And Joseph said unto his brethren, come near to me, I pray you.
He said, come up to me, man. Come up here. Read.
And they came near. And he said, I am Joseph, your brother.
He said, it's me, man. It's me. I'm alive. I'm here. I'm right here in front of you. Read.
Whom ye sold into Egypt. Now therefore be not grieved, nor angry with yourselves.
He say, man, be not grieved, man. Be not angry with yourselves. Read.
That ye sold me hither, for God did send me before you to preserve life.
He said, man, don't worry about what you did, bro, because God did it. God did it. It was in his plan, bro, for me to preserve life, for me to make it to where y'all will be able to eat. There's a famine throughout the land. And guess who is the plug? Your brother.
That's right.
Guess who got the food on lock? Your brother. Guess who got the ear of the Pharaoh? Your brother. Guess who big man on campus? Your brother.
Right.
Read.
For these 2 years hath the famine been in the land, and yet there are 5 years in the which there shall neither be earing nor harvest.
He said, man, it's already 2 years into the famine, man. It's 5 more years of this famine to last. Read.
And God sent me before you to preserve a posterity in the earth.
He said, man, God sent me to you, man, to make sure y'all well off. Read.
And to save your lives by a great deliverance. So now it was not you that sent me hither, but God.
He said, it wasn't you, man. Don't beat yourselves up anymore, man. Don't wallow in that regret of what happened to me because you didn't do it. The Lord did it so that we can be better off.
Bring it out.
How many of y'all will look at a situation like that?
Bring it out.
Your brothers did these type of things to you, man. Thought it's so ill about you, hated you, then put you in a situation where you get sold off, you'd have been lied on, you'd have been falsely accused, you'd have been thrown in the jail. How many of y'all can say, man, bump all of that? It ain't even on you. Let that roll off your shoulders. You know why? Because the Lord did it to put me in the position I'm in now. If none of those things wouldn't have happened, I wouldn't have been able to have the spirit that I have now. I wouldn't have been able to look at you with my head held high and show you how I done changed my life around and become a light. How many of y'all can say that? How many of y'all can really look yourselves in the mirror and be like, I wouldn't be able to hold a grudge against them? Because you understood at the end of the day, everything is in the hand of the Lord. Because again, there's nothing that you can do to them that can outdo the Lord, bro. The Lord's vengeance is so much more than what you can fathom. Again, bro, this is why he say to read, brother, to see the strength in Joseph. That he had so much compassion on his brother. Say, man, y'all ain't even do it. It wasn't even y'all, man. You may think that you did it, but the Lord used you as a vessel to get us here.
That's right.
Read.
And he hath made me a father to Pharaoh, and Lord of all his house, and a ruler throughout all the land of Egypt.
He say, man, and the Lord put me in a position, bro, where I'm him. I'm Himothy. I'm that man on top. Read.
Haste ye, and go up to my father, and say unto him, Thus said thy son Joseph, God hath made me Lord of all Egypt. Come down unto me, tarry not.
He say, man, go on to Pops, man. Tell them I'm alive. Tell them I'm big man on campus. Tell them I'm ruling over here in Egypt, man. Come down, man. Don't waste no time. Come holler at me. Read.
And thou shalt dwell in the land of Goshen, and thou shalt be near unto me, thou and thy children, and thy children's children, and thy flocks, and thy herds, and all that thou hast.
He said, man, go tell Pop, bro, pack everything, get everybody, let's come down here. I got land waiting on you. I got a whole lick right here. Everything you pull up, bro, it's already laid out. Furniture, you know what I'm saying? Got the land, bro. You can go put your cattle over here, man. Your living quarters already set up, man. The children, man, my nieces and nephews, man, my cousins, bro. Everybody, man, come. You good, you well off. I'm that man in the position to be able to do that. In a famine. When everybody is hurting. Everybody's stomach touching their back. But guess what? I'm in a position to make y'all well off. Tell Pops, come on. Read.
And there will I nourish thee, for yet there are 5 years of famine, lest thou and thy household and all that thou hast come to poverty.
He said, man, pull up on me, man, for these next 5 years, bro. You be sick. Read.
And behold, your eyes see, and the eyes of my brother Benjamin, that it is my mouth that speaketh unto you. And ye shall tell my father of all my glory in Egypt, and of all that ye have seen, and ye shall haste and bring down my father hither.
He say, Benjamin, tell Pops everything that you've been seeing, everything that I got going on, everything that's moving and shaking. Let Pops know what's going on, man, out your mouth. So he know for sure that they not just talking outside of their neck, man. They know that, I know you got Pops' ear on lock. Tell him I'm alive, tell him I'm here, tell him come pull up on me. Read.
And he fell upon his brother Benjamin's neck and wept. And Benjamin wept upon his neck. Moreover, he kissed all his brethren and wept upon them. And after that, his brethren talked with him. And the fame thereof was heard in Pharaoh's house, saying, Joseph's brethren are come. And it pleased Pharaoh well, and his servants.
He said even the Pharaoh, man, was happy to see the reuniting of Joseph and his brothers, man, their family coming together. Read.
And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, say unto thy brethren, this do ye, lay your beasts and go, get ye unto the land of Canaan, and take your father and your households, and come unto me, and I will give you the good of the land of Egypt, and ye shall eat the fat of the land.
He say, man, you know what, Joseph, for you being such a stand-up bro, man, for you having that knowledge and wisdom, for the Lord being with you, for you helping us out, man, and having that knowledge that we can survive this famine, man. Hey, family, pull up, man. I'm gonna have the best plot of land waiting on them. Pull up everything they got, and they good. Read.
Now thou art commanded, this do ye, take your wagons out of the land of Egypt for your little ones, and for your wives, and bring your father and come.
He say, man, bring everybody. Bring your cousins, your nieces, your aunties, your uncles, everybody. Bring them. Read.
Also regard not your stuff, for the good of all the land of Egypt is yours.
Read.
And the children of Israel did so. And Joseph gave them wagons according to the commandment of Pharaoh, and gave them provision for the way. To all of them he gave each man changes of raiment, but to Benjamin he gave 300 pieces of silver and 5 changes of raiment. And to his father he sent after this manner: 10 asses laden with the good things of Egypt, and 10 she asses laden with corn and bread and meat for his father by the way.
So not only did he tell him bring him in, man, he also sending a care package back home. More food in a time of famine to be able to get more food for the whole entire family. It's a whole lick. All because of Joseph having that patience. Joseph being positive throughout all of the bad that happened, throughout all of the ups and downs, never flaking on the Lord, never talking bad to the Lord, man, never cursing the name of the Lord, man. This is the reward. This is why I say, man, this is for our reading, man, that we might have hope, that we have that same strength, that we take on these same characteristics of our forefathers so that the Lord will have our back just like this. Read.
So he sent his brethren away, and they departed. And he said unto them, see that ye fall not out by the way. And they went up out of Egypt, and came into the land of Canaan unto Jacob their father, and told him, saying, Joseph is yet alive.
Tell him, man, Joseph alive, bro. He here. Read.
And he is governor over all the land of Egypt.
He said, man, Joseph alive, and he is that man, bro. He is Timothy. He the one you go to when you need something. That's the person to pull up on. He got the pull. That's the plug right there. Read.
And Jacob's heart fainted, for he believed them not. And they told him all the words of Joseph, which he said unto them. And when he saw the wagons which Joseph had sent to carry him, the spirit of Jacob, their father, revived.
And after he seeing everything that then transpired, man, the father's spirit, bro, it lifted again, man. It had that glow and that happiness. Read.
And Israel said, it is enough. Joseph, my son, is yet alive. I will go and see him before I die.
Give me Ephesians 4:31, and we out. See, man, again, I hope this story, man, gives you that hope and that strength you need in the times, man, when your positivity is tested, when your patience is tested, when you put in a situation where you feel like, I don't know if I got that strength, that you lean on the power, that you lean on the Lord, man. Read that, 31, Ephesians 4:31.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 31. Let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and evil speaking be put away from you with all malice.
See, again, this is the type of spirit Joseph had. He didn't have any bitterness towards his brothers. He didn't have any wrath. He didn't have any anger. He didn't talk bad about them. There wasn't no evil speaking. He didn't do anything to them. No evil for evil, no railing for railing. But he showed them love. He showed them compassion. Read.
And be ye kind one to another.
Do what, bro?
Be ye kind one to another. Tenderhearted. Forgiving one another.
Doing what, bro?
Forgiving one another.
One more time, bro.
Forgiving one another.
See, this is the whole baseline of what Joseph did. Forgave his brothers. Because in the end, he knew that everything was in the hands of the Lord. Finish it out.
Even as God, for Christ's sake, has forgiven you.
Man, again, I cannot stress this enough. Read this book. This is where you find your strength. Read it. You get your understanding, man, your knowledge, your wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Put into action the things that you're learning, the things that you're reading, so God can increase that strength. So you can become that best version of yourself. Not only for you, but for your family, for your relatives, for everybody that you be around, so that your presence can be a blessing to everybody else, just like Joseph. And on that, we say shalom.